For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad to have you along. This is really a unique location that we're at today. We are now. I didn't get a new job being a construction operator, but we are on location today for a special event at the East China School District. Today is the earth turning, the groundbreaking of the bond proposal that was passed a year or so ago, just before COVID started. And we had the opportunity to record a couple speeches from the superintendent of the schools, Suzanne Saibula, and also from the board president. Let's take a look at those now, and then we'll be back.
Welcome to the East China School District Bond Groundbreaking Ceremony. What an exciting event. Thank you to everyone for being here today to celebrate with us. The bond that was passed to support East China schools was passed on Tuesday, March 10th of 2020. I can still feel the energy of that evening where we gathered together and tallied the returns at the Voyager in St. Clair. Once we realized that the bond had passed, the celebration that followed was such a relief. And then, 3 days later, on March 13th, the governor shut down all schools in Michigan due to the COVID-19 virus. It seems like a lifetime ago, and I am so extremely thankful for the stability that the East China Bond has provided and the foundation it will give us to restructure the district to become financially stable while providing expanding opportunities for our students for many years to come. Right now, we are sitting in the beautiful East China School District Performing Arts Center, the PAC. The PAC was envisioned as a place to showcase the talents of students and enhance the importance of the fine arts in our communities. The bond issue for the PAC passed in 2001, 20 years ago, and it had its grand opening on February 8th of 2004. Since then, the PAC has hosted countless events and has served as a symbol of our district coming together to provide the best opportunities for all East China students from all of our communities. I know from experience that the scheduling calendar for the PAC is very busy, and even to host today's event, we had to ask Mr. Jay McCullough to allow us to be here since he is running a youth theater camp this week. So thank you, Jay, for graciously allowing us to interrupt your schedule. The new Innovation Center, along with the expanded Early Childhood Center that will be built on this site, will continue the East China vision of expanding and providing exceptional educational opportunities for our students. We, as a school district, together with our community partners, can and should be proud of the support and dedication given to our children and future generations. The East China Bond is a comprehensive one, and it includes every school in our district, and it even includes a new access road from this site to King Road, which will provide a safer and more efficient use of the PAC, the Innovation Center, Early Childhood Center, administrative offices, and stadium. The bond that passed now gives us the ability to upgrade and modernize all of our learning environments, pre-K through 12th grade, with structural upgrades, new technology, and new furniture. I know I keep saying it, but how exciting is this and how lucky we are. We are planning and building for future possibilities, many of which we cannot see yet, but we will certainly be ready for. There are many outstanding people to thank for supporting this bond and the future of East China schools, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank many of the people who are with us here today. I'd like to start with our East China School Board. We are extremely lucky to have such a supportive Board of Education. Their commitment to do the very best for our school district and the students shines through each decision that they make. I would like to extend my gratitude to Board President Jeannie Frank, Board Vice President Pat Bebuck, Lynn Griefor, our Board Secretary, and Karen Cedar, our Board Treasurer. And those not in attendance with us today due to scheduling conflicts are Trustee Amy Murphy, Trustee Mike Westrick, and Trustee Todd Dissereth. Thank you to our school board. I would also like to take this opportunity today to extend my thanks to our community and bond committee members who are at many, many meetings, organizing, planning, and carrying out all of the many aspects of the bond process. Many thanks go to Dawn Krantz. I have to start with Dawn, as every bond event, including the ceremony today, starts with her planning and organizing. She is a master planner who wants the very best for this district. Thank you to Brian Betts. Brian was our quiet voice of reason who consistently provided support during the bond campaigns. Angie Gleason, the new Director of Finance for East China Schools. She was the treasurer for both of our bond campaigns, and she brings a positive light wherever she goes. Paul Dingeman, who allowed us to use Channel 6 to share information on the bond and has always been supportive of East China Schools. Lisa Broski, our very own teacher extraordinaire. Lisa is also the photographer for our event today. Libby Prill. Libby has a talent for eloquently and succinctly explaining complex issues, and she does it with care and concern for all. Thank you to Jeremiah and Jessica Becker. Jess and Jeremiah were also instrumental in providing positive messages to the community regarding the bond. Jeff Cook. Jeff spoke at many board meetings and tackled the toughest of critics with facts and strong understanding of the bond information. Brian Ross, along with his wife Susie, were instrumental in sharing bond information with community members. They even held their own bond information sessions with their church family. Lisa Glasgow. I think that Lisa attended every single bond meeting and even presented at a school board meeting. Lisa is the head secretary for Palms Elementary, and she kept the Palms community informed. Bert Van Dyke. Bert is not here today, but I wanted to mention his name, as he is the choir teacher for Marine City Middle School and Marine City High School, and he attended almost every community bond information session to share his insight as a teacher and options on the necessity of the bond. Thank you to all of our community members for their support. Next, I'd like to take the time to thank our East China administrative team. Each one of the names I will mention next belongs to a district leader who provides the quiet and consistent leadership every day for East China Schools. But during the bond campaign, they stepped up and were also extremely important messengers for the bond initiative. I'd like to thank each one of these special people for their dedication to East China Schools. And as they always are, each of them is present here today to show their support of our district and our students. Thank you to Dawn Demick, Assistant Superintendent, Kirk Grizelka, Director of Operations, Julie Humphrey, Director of Food Service, Michael Walling, Curriculum Coordinator, Nina Resnich, State and Federal Grants Coordinator, Lindsay Grange, Director of Special Education, Janet Robbins, Director of Transportation, Craig Headley, Director of Technology, Dave Simpson, the manager of this beautiful Performing Arts Center, Robin Smith-Herr, the principal of Bell River Elementary, Dr. Rachel Card, the principal of Pine River Elementary, Scott Westerhoff, principal of Palms Elementary, Sherry Becker, principal of the Marine City campus, Dave Maru, the assistant principal and athletic director of the Marine City campus, Mike Demagowski, principal of St. Clair Middle School, Brad Robbins, assistant principal and athletic director of St. Clair Middle School, Ronald Miller, principal of St. Clair High School, Sandy Rutledge, assistant principal and athletic director of St. Clair High School, Jessica Simmons, assistant principal of the Marine City campus, and Terry Mullane and Sean Jazanowski, the representatives here today for the East China School District teachers. Thank you to all of our district leaders. We are very fortunate to have your leadership. Also, I would like to thank the representatives from TMP, our bond architect firm, and AUK, our construction company. From the very beginning of the bond campaign, the first bond campaign, the individuals from these firms became part of the East China team. They have provided support and insight through the process, and we are looking forward to creating and collaborating with them to create efficient and innovative learning spaces throughout the East China School District. It took a large team of dedicated individuals to make this bond happen, and I am very proud and grateful to be part of the team. My heartfelt thanks to everyone. I would next like to introduce our board president to say a few words. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Board President Mrs. Jeannie Frank.
Thank you. Seems kind of somber for such an exciting event that we're here today. I mean, we're all kind of like, woo, right? It's a long time coming. We started this back in 2016 with a bond that failed, then again in 2019. So 5 years ago when you count back, but it seems like a lot longer. Anyway, I'm just thrilled that we're here celebrating such a hard-fought victory with you all today. And on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to reiterate everything Mrs. Cybula's long list included of all the people to thank for their hard work and dedication in getting this bond passed. Without you all, this never would have been possible, and please know that we appreciate each and every one of you. I'm also thankful that on March 10th of 2020, as we celebrated our victory, we had no idea how drastically our world, the entire world actually, was about to change. And I'm thankful for this because had we known, I'm sure we would have all been even more stressed out over the anticipated election results. If that's possible, it was a pretty stressful evening, but I'm thankful also to our communities who found a way to embrace the vision that evolved after the loss of the 2 prior bond attempts. It was really from that we were able to develop the plan that was agreeable to all and led us to success. The other thing I'm grateful for is God's hand in helping us pass this bond, because I honestly believe had we not passed it on March 10th of 2020, we would have had a long, hard road trying to get it passed today after everything that we've been through these last 15 months. And lastly, as we think back real quick to the long list of people that Suzanne thanked, there's one individual that stands out to me that she forgot to mention, and that's Suzanne. I honestly do not know anyone else who had have put forth the tireless efforts that she did in the pursuit of passing this bond. The countless hours she spent working to develop a plan she felt confident would meet all of the needs of our students, our staff, and be acceptable to our communities, and then having to sell it to the board. The bazillion questions she answered, the phone calls, the emails that she all personally returned, the presentation after presentation after presentation she did for months on end, over and over and over. I'm sure you were doing those in your sleep. And you know what? She did it all with excitement and passion and a smile on her face and more patience than a saint. I honestly don't know how she did it all, but I know why. She did it because she believed in the plan with her whole heart, just like she believes in this district, and she believes in us, and she believes in all of you. And Suzanne will settle for nothing but the best she can give to our students and our staff. You see, Suzanne genuinely loves the East China School District. So Suzanne, on behalf of the board, we're also thankful for you. And if everyone would please stand, and let's give her our heartfelt appreciation to Mrs. Suzanne Cybula, whom without her, we would not be here celebrating today. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now let's go outside where they're just about ready to begin to turn that ground over and get this project started. Let's take a look at that.
All right, so for our first photo, we have our East China School Board, President Jeannie Frank, Vice President Pat Bebach, Treasurer Karen Cedar, and Secretary Lynn Griefor.
Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of the Focus program. We thank you very much for coming along today on a trip to the East China School District, where they are beginning to really get things rolling for the bond issue that was passed back in 2020, just before COVID started. Lots of things are going to be happening. We'll stay on top of it for you. And thanks again for watching CTV and for Focus. I'm Paul Dingeman. See you next time.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.